All right, welcome back to season 2 of our show. We got a beautiful one for you today. It's chicken breast. We're going to show you how to get these seasoned up and onto the cooker. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. So we have our chicken breast right here. I've got a cutting board here. Now underneath this cutting board, I put some towels to absorb the shock from what I'm about to do right now. So we're going to actually take these chickens and we're going to actually pound them out. So what I like to do first is I like to trim the chicken. That's the first thing I'll do. So I'll just get the fat off of there, put it to a side, just like that, and just clean it up real nice. This chicken's looking pretty good. I'm gonna look around, and anything that you see on here, just get it off. Now, I like to get my chickens real clean, so I take my knife, I'll scrape along like that, just to get any skin off of there. Piece of fat like that, just get it real nice and clean. I'll put it off to the side like that. There we go. All right, so we're grilling these today, and we're going over charcoal. So what I like to do is get them nice and pounded out. And the way I pound these out is after we take the skin off of them and any kind of fat, is we're going in the bag with them. I'm only going to put one to a bag, like that. I'm going to fold the bag over so nothing flies out. And I caddy cornered it inside the bag. So this way, you'll get the room. Now the bottom is the thinnest part, so just go to the edge of the bag, as close as you can get to the edge without hitting the edge, and leave most of your room up top. So get it centered in there pretty good. Tuck the bag over so nothing flies out of it. And you just want to, first I'll just hit it with just a tap. Let me get this off of here. I'm just gonna hit it with just a tap from my palm, just to get it started. And most of the time, if you're not going to use the hammer, you could just pound it out with your hand. If you don't want your hand to get tired, then you're going to use the hammer. This is the marinating side. I'm using the flat side. So you're just going to go in. I'm actually going to zip this. Nothing flies out of it. Just like that. Just till you break the top part of the chicken. This is going to tenderize it. Now you don't want to go too far where it destroys it, but you just want to get it tender. So this way when it cooks up on the grill, it's going to cook like butter. And that's about it. I feel that in. I could use a little bit more over there. That's it. Let's get this out of the bag. And now it's ready to go onto our tray. Just like this. Here we are. Look at that. Now that's going to be nice and tender. Now look at the size of that. It actually got bigger as we did that. So let's get another one in. This is a little bit bigger again. I'll show you how to clean this up. Cut that off. Anything around there, just kind of take your knife, rake around it, cut that off. Let's look at the back. Anything like, this is where the bone used to be, there's a little spot where blood is, just get that out of there. And just get it real clean. And they're chicken breasts, so they clean up pretty easy. All right, any kind of fat like that, just get it out of there. Just clean it up. See, I don't want that in there. And we're just gonna get rid of some of that clear, transparent skin that's on the top. Just like that. Just use your knife just to scrape. Get it real clean. All right, so that's clean. Into the bag we go. just like that. And like I said, I'm gonna use my hand just to get it started. So down I go. And the towel's underneath for your shock absorber. So this way you're not hurting your hand and damaging your table and having everything jump everywhere. So that's that. Let's go in with our hammer. Again, I'm just gonna close this bag up so nothing flies out of it. And you wanna get a lot of that air out of there before you do that. So I'm gonna get some of that air out of there. Just like that. And seal the bag. And here we go. So here's our chicken. Just flatten her out. Now, if you really want, I'm going to show you guys in another video, you can actually take two pieces and put them together. So the piece that I have on the pan there, if I wanted to slide that underneath and just make one huge piece of chicken, I can. So you're going to feel it out. And I feel that's going to be tender enough. And that's where you want it. A little bit more in the middle. And I feel one more hit, that's enough. Always got to give it that extra hit for good luck. All right, and there you have it. So I'm going to get to cleaning up the rest of these. And I'm going to meet you right back here for seasoning. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, so our chicken's nice and pounded out, and we're going to marinate it right now. So this is what you're going to need to season this up with. You're going to need some salt, some sherry. This is dry sherry. You're going to need limes and an orange. That's it, because we're making orange lime chicken. Over here is our fennel. Now, I showed you guys in one of our other videos, it was a pork chop video, how to make some of our rub. So this right here is fennel seed. I'm going to show you how to make a quick fennel seed rub. So we're going to take our fennel seed and into the grinder we go. The whole thing. I think all that'll fit. Now this is how I make all of my rubs. I'm just using the fennel here today by itself. And we're just gonna start with a couple of light chops and then get into it. You'll hear it in there. Kind of paste it through, kind of pulse it through. And we're gonna check it and see where we're at. Still got some seed in there, so it's not ready yet. I'm gonna do some more pulsing. You gotta use a lot of the seeds to do this. Can't use just a little. You gotta use the whole thing, otherwise you're not gonna catch in the blade. Just like that. And I'm gonna say that should be ready. There we go. And that's the consistency we're looking for here, and that will be a powder. So if you took this powder, and let's just say I grind down something else, there's your rubs. So very easy to make a rub. So we're gonna start taking this fennel seed, and we're gonna get it right onto the chicken. Just like that. Now it's not completely grind it down. I can let it go a little bit, but there's a couple of little tiny pieces in there, and that's kind of what you want, because they're going to leave a little texture on that chicken too. When you bite into one, it's going to leave a lot of flavor. This is fresh, and I make mine right before I use it, because you want it to be fresh. You don't want it to sit in your closet and dry out. All right, I'm just going to move some of these around because they're over top of each other. I'm just going to start with just the fronts. just like that. All right, let's flip these over. And get the backs done. Now these chickens got pounded out, and some of the pieces, like on this end, they came apart just a little bit, but don't worry, when you put them on the grill, you'll just cook them back together. And that's always a great way to go. So we're just gonna season that. Just like that. You don't need a lot of this because a little of this goes a long way as far as flavor goes. It's pretty pungent. So, and I'm just gonna go pretty easy on the back, but look how those chickens came out. All those muscles in the breast just got pounded right out of there. So they're gonna be nice and tender. And that's it. So let's flip this over and get that one in. All right, so now that we got that, let's get our salt on. Let's cover that back up. Let's get some salt on here. Not too much. Can always salt afterwards. Can't take it back. And that's the way you want it. Now chicken on the grill, if it's a breast like this, they'll get salty quick. For some strange reason, they don't have the skin, they're not on the bone, they'll take in the salt. So I watch the salt when I'm actually seasoning this. And like I said, I can always add more salt afterwards. That's why they made salt shakers to put on tables. All right, and I'm a low sodium family anyway, so it really doesn't make a difference. This is kosher salt, coarse, so most of it is getting knocked off of there anyway. All right, so here we go. All right, that's it for the salt. That should about do it. Now, it's time to make our wet rub. So this is an orange. We're gonna roll it out. Make sure you roll it out because it's gonna get all the juices up. So now it's nice and soft, you can see it. It used to be hard. Here's our limes, and do the same thing with those. Just roll those right out. Otherwise, when you cut into them, they're not gonna release the juice. All right, and do the same thing. All right, we're gonna slice them. Limes don't have seeds, so you don't have to worry about the seeds. Get the lime juice in there. Make a lot of juice, just one lime. So there you have it. Let's get that off to the side. Another one, little piece of lime in there. Get that out of there. Now this one wasn't as juicy, but that one made plenty of juice. So here we go. Take both hands and squeeze that out of there. All right, let's get our orange. Now this one does have pits, and we're gonna use this just for our orange. You can see. We want a nice clean juice going in here. I'm going to use my strainer so I could put the orange against it and get the rest of orange out of there, just like that. Get it down in there, right up against the strainer, just like that. And let's do the other one. Just like that. This way you know you're getting all that nice flavor in there from the orange. All right. Let's put that off to the side. And last, we're going to add our sherry. Let's get our sherry in here. That's our sherry. That's all you need. Just a little touch. And extra virgin olive oil. Let's get a little olive oil in there, which we're going to use a good amount of that in there. Let's get our whisk and let's give that a spin. And we're going to get this onto the chicken. Give it a good whisk. And that's our marinade. Now, we don't want to soak the chicken with this. We just want to sprinkle it on. So we're going to show you how to get that on. So here we go. I'm just going to use my fingers and just drizzle over the chicken. Just like that. Rub it in. I don't want it wet, wet, wet. I'm going to go like that. Flip it over. Do both sides. And as you can see, it's giving you enough liquid on there to do it all. I'm going to start to stack them and get the liquid on there. Just like that. Flip them over. If you can smell this right now, it smells beautiful. I can really smell that sherry kicking in. And that sherry is going to help get them real tender as well too. Now you could go overnight with these. I don't recommend it because they might fall apart on you just from the citrus. So what we'll do is just marinate for just a little bit, probably 2 hours. Sit them out. And right before we do that, we're going to get our rice together to go along with this meal as they're sitting out. All right, we're almost done here. And the reason why you're going nice and light on this is because you don't want to wash off all that nice fennel that's on there. Look at that nice stack of chicken. There we go. Just like that. Stack them. And last couple of ones. Like I said, I can put these together. Like this one's falling apart. Just put it together like that and cook it right onto the grill like that. And she'll stick right together. You won't even know it's broken. It's a good way to patch your chicken back up or attach chicken to chicken. So if you have 2 pieces of this like this, you can just take 2 pieces and elongate it and cook it right in. And they'll stick right together. All right, that's it. So we're gonna get this onto another vessel, get it marinated for a couple hours, get it in the fridge, and make our rice, and we'll go from there. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. Now that we have our chicken marinated, we're just going to show you a quick black bean salad. So right here we have our ingredients for this salad. We got a few cloves of garlic here, yellow onion, Spanish. We have here some cilantro, a lemon. These are pimento olives. And we have a yellow bell pepper, olive oil, extra virgin, white vinegar distilled, and corn on the cob. So let's get this started. So we're going to take our corn on the cob first, bring our beans over, and we're just going to get it off the cob. Now, this is a great salad. It's served cold, and it goes great over just white rice, or you can have it just right on the side to any dish. So this is a quick go-to that I usually use if I have guests coming by and I don't have time to really prepare. This is always a fast one. All right, so we're just gonna milk the cob now after. That means you're just going to take your knife and just rake it by the cob and get all the liquid out. All right, so we have that. We're going to get our olives in. And we're just going to give that a quick stir. Now I'm not going to add any salt in here because the olives are in here. I got a little olive juice in here too as well, just a little bit from the olive. Let's add our bell peppers. And you're just building up those colors and the flavors. So that looks pretty already. Look at that. All right, let's get this off to the side. And let's get our onions in. So the reason why I separated these onions, I really don't know how much of the onion I'm going to put in. So I'm just going to start with a little first and see how my ratios work out. I don't know if it's going to be a lot or a little, but I'll know when I have it in there. When I start first dropping this in, I can tell you where I'm going to be. So like that. Let's get that over in there. You don't want too much because you don't want to overpower the salad. It's a cold salad, so it's not going to cook down in there. I think I'm going to go for a little bit more here. This is why I just don't cut everything up and throw it in. You can kind of eyeball things out as you go along, but you just don't want to cut up a bunch of things and throw them in, because it's going to overpower your salad. So like that, I feel it's about a good ratio there. And that's going to brighten the salad as well too. So I'll put this onion back off to the side, and we're going to go with some garlic. Now what I'll do is I'll smash these up. This releases the flavor out of the garlic. And I think I'm going to go with all of it because my family really likes garlic. Now if you're not garlic lovers, this is raw garlic, so it's real potent. I wouldn't use all this. I'll probably use one, and that's about it. But if you're garlic lovers, use them all, or as much as you want. All right. Now you want these not too fine, because you want to be able to find them. And the finer you go, the more they're going to take over the salad. So I'm going to go about there with them. Into my salad. And then cilantro. We're going to feel that out too. So I'm going to start with this amount. But the first thing I'm going to do is give my salad just a quick toss. Just to see how my colors are going and the ratios are going, but she's looking good. That's a pretty salad. And I want easy with the bell peppers because just a hint of the bell peppers in there, they add the flavor and they add that awesome color in there. To you guys that give me a thumbs up for the colors, thank you very much. And the colors are very important because we eat with our eyes. So let's get this off to the side. And let's start in with our cilantro. Get some greenery in there. Now this adds flavor, but you also, again, you don't want to overpower it with the flavor and the color. So if you're serving guests or you're going to bring this to a party, which works great if you bring this to a party. And this is another great thing to put on top of tacos as well too. So if you make tacos, you could use the salad as a go-to taco topping. All right, so I'm going to go with that, and I'm just going to feel it out. So I use half of this. I'm going to get this in the bowl, and we're going to mix it in. And when you know you have all your ratios right, that's when you want to get your olive oil and your vinegar in, because then it's finished. All right, let's give that a little toss in there. I'm not adding any black pepper. Usually I would add some black pepper, but I don't feel it's gonna go with this salad. That's just me tonight for what we're having with the chicken. I think if I was having beef with this, I probably would add a little black pepper, but I'm just gonna go just like that. And it's looking right. So I'm gonna add just a little bit more cilantro because I feel it's not green enough in there. And I'm gonna kind of leave the pieces a little big in there. So this way you can see them. And it's more for color and presentation, that last batch. Just like that. Even half chopped. Get them in. All right. Our salad's coming together beautifully. Now, last thing we're gonna add is a little lemon in here. All right, it's looking great. All right, let's get our lemon in. I'm gonna put my hand over to catch the seeds because you don't want those in your salad. We got one seed drop. All right, there's my seeds. 2 seeds actually I caught. Here we go. That's it. That was a real juicy lemon, so I'm gonna use the other half on something else later on. Get this off to the side, and let's get this back up here and give that a toss. Now let's add our olive oil. Don't want much, about half of this little container here. We'll go with that, and a little distilled vinegar, just a touch, just to get the acid in there. And that is it. We give this a stir, and right before we're about to serve this, I have feta cheese to put on top of this, and it's going to give it that nice punchy color there and some flavor. And that's it. So we're going to put this in the fridge, get it chilled, and we're going to meet you out onto the cooker. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, this is what we're rolling with today. This is Coyote's 36-inch charcoal grill. Let's show you inside. So this is a 100% charcoal cooker, full stainless steel. I have vents in the front here, and the reason why the vents are in the front is so I can get to my charcoal. So I can add charcoal, move it around, close this up. Got a little bit of real estate on the bottom here. So you can put some charcoal pots, pans, whatever you like. And let's open this up for you. Now I have my grates out of here, and I'm just going to bring this up to show you that the fire moves up to the meat or away from the meat. I got my fire set up here. I got some charcoal in the middle, some wood on the outskirts. I got some cherry in here today. I'm rolling with some cherry and a little apple on both sides. I do like my fruit wood. And this is great because when you do cook and things get too hot, you can lower the fire. This is what we're putting the chicken on today. And we'll get her lit. We'll show you where to go from there. All right, our fire's lit. Now we lit up both sides. Fire starter in the middle, like I said. When this starts to catch, we're gonna push those coals over to the side and get a nice even burn. And that's it. Time to get the food on. We'll see you in a little bit. Don't go anywhere. All right, now that our fire's lit, it's gonna take about 15 minutes to stabilize. we're just going to show you a quick lime cilantro rice. So right here we have our limes, cilantro, which we're going to add later on. And right now, we're just going to start with the rice. Take our limes, we're just going to roll them out. Roll them out good. And you want the juice out of them. And squeeze our juice in. And right into the rice they go. Now this is going to just get maximum flavor out of the lime, because you're cooking it right in there. This is a really easy recipe. It offers a lot of flavor. And if people aren't plain just white rice fans, this adds a touch of decency just to a plain Jane rice. All right, let's get that in there. All right, now that we got our limes in, touch of salt, just a little bit, and olive oil. You're gonna need a good douse of that. Just like that. Very, very easy, simple rice meal. All right, so we got 2 cups of rice in there, and we're gonna go along with almost 4 cups of water. And we're gonna feel it out, because with me, rice cooks different every time. So I'm gonna save and hold a little bit of that water back. Let's give this a quick stir. And onto the stove we go. Let's show you inside. Our rice has come to a boil, so what we're gonna do is when you start to see the rice, we're gonna calm it down, and we're gonna get the lid on, steam it off. Stick around, don't go anywhere. Our rice is starting to evaporate and get all the water out of there. We have cilantro. We're going to start to add it in. Now everybody does theirs different. This is how I do mine. I put the entire limes in. And then I'm going to add just a little bit more water. Like I said, you might need to add a little bit more water. And here we go. And that's a little bit of water I'm going to add. I'm going to give it a slight stir. And we're going to put our lid on and let her steam off. And we'll meet you back here. All right, time to get this food on. Our fire is stabilized. And I'm going to start to get some of this chicken on. Now, I'm going to crank this all the way down to the bottom, and I'm going to bring it back up when I feel I need it. Oof, this thing's got some heat kicking from it. These are breast, so they cook pretty quick. Get them back there. All right. Now this is that piece of chicken I said that kind of fell apart. So we're just going to kind of bunch it up on here and kind of let it cook in. And pieces like this, I'm going to put them up top. And we'll trade them out. Get a little crisp on them and let them do their thing, because the entire grill's hot. All right, so we're gonna let those hang like that, and we're gonna close her up, and we'll see you right back here. Stick around, don't go anywhere. So we're about 3 minutes in. Let's see where we're at. Now I jack the fire up to these So I'm going to start to just get them over. Just flip. Now I'm using a spatula because I don't want to bust these up or break them up. And I just want to make sure they're not sticking. So that's why I'm using the spatula. Then I can start to move them around once I get them a little bit more stiff. And I can play around with them just a little bit better. This is why you want that oil on there. Alright. Let's just get them organized. Then I can get the ones from up top and get those in over the fire. Just trade them around. I'll put that one back over there. And bring some of these guys from the top down to the bottom. And the minute they become a little bit more manageable, I'm going to start to use the tong. And get this out of the fire. How are we looking under there? We're looking pretty good. Let's bring this guy down. And let's bring this guy down. And we're just having a nice easy cook. It's going to be a little Pitmaster taste in the back there. I got to watch out I don't lose him. Right there. Let's put him up top. And that one as well. Let's grab the tongue for him. Put those guys right up top. Anything that looks like it's going to break off, break it off. Put it up top. Like these little pieces here. Alright. I'm going to get this stabilized, closed up. This is organized. See how they move easier now with the tong? I could just grab them and move them around. Just like that. Alright, I'm going to close up, stabilize, take it from there. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. Alright, so 8 minutes in. And let's see where we are. I'm going to flip over some things. Now I dropped the heat a little bit further away from the food because it was cooking quick. And then I'm going to bring it back up in just a little bit. Just bring it up a little bit. That's the nice part about this cooker. You can bring it up there. And the little pieces that are like that are thinner. It's cooking nice and easy for a charcoal grill. We're doing pretty good. Just check that side, flip that side over. Just keep turning them. Keep looking and turning. Looking and turning. I'm gonna get this up top. About there. And I'm going to get this guy up top. The more well they get them up top. Because this is breast, it'll dry out quick on you. Let's get those little nuggets up there. I got a little Pitmaster taste here. I'm going to give that a shot. Wow. That's good. The cameraman will get his afterwards. Alright. I'm going to set this back down. Another couple of minutes and we're going to pull them. Alright, time to pull this. Alright, this is the last stretch. And I'm going to pull the ones that need to be pulled. Like this little guy right here. Pull him. They all look about right. Ready to come off of here. Leave that there for a couple of seconds. And that one there for just a couple of seconds. And the rest of these guys, they can pretty much come off. The ones up top, I'm going to leave that for just 2 seconds. Bring off him. And all of these. Look at that. You see, you save all those little pieces and they don't fall through. Let's flip that back over. And here we go. They're going to cook some more inside when they're resting. And that's going to be that. We'll meet you inside. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, here we are again on Season 2's chopping block. Let's see what we got. Oh, look at those. Nice and just done up right. So, with no further ado, let's get into this. Now I'm gonna pick just a random piece. Let's go pick this guy. We're just gonna slice into it and show you what she looks like in the middle. Cuts like butter. See how easy that cuts? And take a look at that. Nice and juicy. Now these are breast, so we gotta get a little Pitmaster's taste there. Look at that. Slices right through. Excellent. That acid really adds a lot of punch with the fresh orange. All right, let's plate up. Show you what this looks like on a plate. Now, I think I'm going to choose probably this one here to plate up with. This looks like it makes a pretty plate. Let's get that over. Slide it over here. This is our rice that we made, so we're going to get a little rice on the plate. Just rake it back because it's still hot. Now you can take out your limes. I leave mine in just for presentation, but if you like, you can get them out of there. So we're going to get some rice right there on that plate. And I might even leave a lime right in there. But I don't think I'm going to do that today. Get that rice in there. Okay. Now this is that beautiful bean salad that we made as well. So we're gonna get that in there. Get that on the plate. And she plates up well. And just bring one right into the other. Now you could either go over top of your rice with this as well too, but I'm not going to do that because I want to show you guys what that looks like. Get a little bit more in there and right into the rice with it. And a little olive on that side. All right, so we got that. Now we're going to go with a little pesto. Now this is a spinach pesto. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. And this was a pesto that we made. And in one of our videos, it was a steak that we made. So we're gonna leave that link in the description. And we're just gonna put some of this spinach pesto with garlic and walnut. We're gonna put just a little bit on there. Just like that. Maybe a little bit more. And it was a flank steak, the video that we put that on. And we're gonna add just a little feta on here. Just to dance it in. There we go, just like that. Add a little feta. It just makes for a very beautiful presentation, the feta on there. Followed by a couple of pieces of cilantro. There we go. And since we had orange and lime flavor, we're just going to put our orange and lime. And we're going to spin her around and show you what that looks like. Here we go. There it is. Grilled orange and lime chicken with a homemade bean salad and cilantro and lime rice. All right, we're gonna get organized. We're gonna clean up and we're gonna meet you right back here. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, and there it is. Orange and lime chicken breast, grilled chicken breast with black bean salad, cilantro and lime rice, and a homemade pesto, spinach pesto, to go on our chicken. And if you like this video, more videos that are about to come, please hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that little bell. This way you get all the notifications first. This way you get to see the videos first. Again, thank you for coming. We enjoyed having you, and gotta get that little Pitmaster taste there.